Is Chrome OS Flex a viable alternative to Windows and Mac OS? Let's find out. Chrome OS Flex is Google's flagship desktop operating system, made to compete with the likes of Microsoft Windows and Apple's Mac OS. Some even consider Chrome OS a better alternative to Linux, as it is much easier to set up and use, and all your G Suite services and apps are right there, all in the one OS, so it's a very convenient solution for those who rely on Google's G Suite of apps and services. Chrome OS Flex is a lightweight OS, so this means that you can run it even on really old or less powerful hardware. Chrome OS Flex is designed to revive older PCs or laptops and make them usable again. Chrome OS Flex is entirely free to download and use, with no need to pay for a license or activation key. Many see Chrome OS Flex as a competitor to Windows and Mac OS, as Google now wants their fair share of people using their desktop OS, but like Linux, there are several issues hindering its growth. For one, Chrome OS lacks a lot of major software support. This means that most software for Windows or Mac OS will not have a Chrome OS version. Chrome OS also lacks major hardware support, as it is specifically written to run on devices made for Chrome OS. However, it has been proven that even on non-Chrome OS hardware, Chrome OS Flex works really well and with no significant issues. Some also hate the way the UI of Chrome OS looks. However, you have to consider functionality because it is a far more important aspect of an operating system. You need a system that functions well as looks intuitive. And this is exactly what Google is trying to prove to Microsoft, that you don't have to create a substandard garbage OS with a one-size-fits-all approach, because while it may work for some, you must remember that there are billions of other people who simply do not like the way Windows functions or looks, and even businesses in Europe have been experimenting with Chrome OS Flex, so even the enterprise market has a free and far less costly solution now. However, until major programs are ported to Chrome OS, most will not switch to it. However, since it offers an easier alternative to Linux, it could see rapid growth over the coming years. As of right now, Chrome OS is used by 4% of the worldwide population, so it's way more than 1 million people on this OS. However, Chrome OS still has issues that plague its growth and its potential adoption from migrating PC or Mac users, although it does provide you a free alternative that's very convenient to use. While most people don't want to have to learn something new, Chrome OS is offering us an easy and viable alternative to Windows. Chrome OS Flex is considered a viable alternative to Windows and Mac OS by many, including myself. I do see Chrome OS having a potential market share boom, especially in the education and business markets, and home users have a cheap alternative to buying a Windows or Mac PC or laptop. So, is Chrome OS Flex a viable alternative to Windows? For some people, yes, because it offers them convenient access to Google services and applications. It's also a free OS to use, and it looks sleek and modern, as well as intuitive, so even some less tech-savvy people can get the hang of Chrome OS Flex pretty darn quickly. And Google has proven that you do not need to take a one-size-fits-all approach, but rather, make an operating system that functions as intended, as well as being easy to navigate and use. Chrome OS offers far better stability thanks to it being based on the Linux kernel, which is far superior to the Windows NT kernel. It is highly stable, reliable, and robust, thus why you never see Linux servers powered off or not running. The same can be said about Chrome OS devices that are on all the time. You will never have it crash on you. Updates are also served in a much more respectable manner, so at least when you're working, you're not forced to restart it. Maybe Microsoft should take inspiration from Chrome OS Flex and design a much better version of Windows, because if they continue to release shit, more people will reject it and move to Chrome OS or another OS, and Microsoft is already facing serious competition from Apple and Google. So if they want to keep their tight grip as a player in the PC market, they need to improve Windows by a long shot, which sadly is not likely to happen. We are instead likely to see more and more control and privacy being taken away from the end user. Microsoft will make Windows subscription-based. Potentially, they will continue to ramp it up with unnecessary bloatware, spyware and adware, and Windows will continue to lose users thanks to Linux and Chrome OS now being viable alternatives for some users. And as the software support for these other systems continues to increase, so will the number of migrating users. Good luck trying to keep everyone on Windows. Microsoft. Google has proven that your one-size-fits-all approach is rapidly failing, and your dirty moves to collect as much data as possible from users is turning them to privacy-respecting systems like Linux and BSD. So you better get your act together and fix Windows before it's too late. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next video. Bye for now.